And we are back.
We're back, bumble bitches.
We are not doing emails tonight. We're going to hang out with you guys. It's the end of the month. It's the last live stream of the month. Fuck April. It's over, thank God.
Yeah.
Moving on to bigger and better things. Bath line's been done. Whole bunch of t-shirt orders have been going out. Oh, I want to show you guys that. Hang on.
Hold tight, guys.
I'm going to show you guys. I'm talking like they can hear me.
Right.
Ugh, all right. I'm going to show you this one on a small t-shirt. This is a shirt that is now available on the website. It says, proud father, protective, reliable, observant, understanding, and dedicated. I love that. This is super gangster.
Mm-hmm. It looks good.
I got stickers that match it. I'm going to read a super chat, and then I'm going to show them the other shirt.
Okay.
That's just for the ultimate tier.
Okay.
Sabrina sent us a super chat before we even got started that said, as soon as I got on here, I wanted to give my man a shout out. Happy birthday to my other half. He's all the way in Ohio right now, but still makes me feel on top of the world. I love you, Mike.
Oh, I love that.
We love you too, Mike.
Happy birthday.
You're the man. Also, shout out to Chris Dennison, who got engaged yesterday, and Maggie T, who got married yesterday and then had a water balloon fight afterwards.
How fantastic.
Yeah, on side by
Congratulations,
sides.
guys.
It was a ride by ballooning. All right. Now, for the ultimate tier, what happened? What the fuck just happened? Oh, somebody created a chat. Okay. Yeah. That's the ultimate tier free t-shirt.
Yep, the first quarter shirt. How
Don't be
exciting.
mad, just be better. Started shipping those out today.
Yeah.
Yeah, got all of it packaged and ready to go. Ugh. Okay, let's come back over here and what did that say? Blind Bat, best podcast. Chris and Peach, thanks for being here. Thank you for being here. If you guys weren't here to support us, we wouldn't be here. All right, so you guys have us for the next hour to an hour and a half to just bullshit with you guys. So, Baked Danish said, I want the shirt you're wearing now. This is a Red Pills thread shirt
It is.
that is under the To Be Better tab on their website. And if you use the code To Be Better on Red Pill Threads, you will get a discount. It's 10% off the shirt or off of your order. All right. Abby, yours went out today. Abby Fritz, yours went out today. I remember packaging yours. It didn't go out. It's packaged in a box.
Somewhere over there.
It will go out. It'll go out tomorrow along with the rest of the bath line stuff. Can I ask questions? You can ask questions. That's what we're doing tonight. Not going to guarantee that we're going to get to them. If you want to guarantee your shit's going to get read, send a super chat. But we're just chilling. I don't want to work tonight, guys. You can tell by the look on Peach's face, she also doesn't want to work tonight.
I'm over today. I'm so over today. For the last 3 days, I've been trying to make caprese bread, but because life has just been chaotic and nonstop, I kept forgetting ingredients. I finally sat down to make it. I was rushing. That was my problem because I got home after taking the kids back to their dads. I was rushing to get here to play Call of Duty and get you your food before we had to go live, and I fucked up my dinner.
Order something.
I'm not going to eat while we're live.
Why not? I do it all the time.
Okay.
Who gives a shit? No. Don't eat. Starve. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, it's fine.
Dirt Road Nation said, after a serious combo last week with the old lady, I remembered seeing you guys on TikTok and went on a mission. Have been binging this weekend and can't wait to be better. Love that. Got to go back to the other chat. Where did the Twitch chat go? because that was a Twitch question coming in.
Do you want something from Outback?
No, thank you. Can I ask the meaning of the tattoo on Peach's throat? You want to explain it to him?
It's my husband's hands.
Yeah. Sarah Noseworthy said, I honestly don't know what tier I am.
Oh, I don't know either.
I can find out.
I love cooking. I've been fucking up a lot of meals recently. I don't know what my issue is, but do you think the house smells good when I cook, babe?
I do. Sarah, you are on the $15 tier. The free t-shirts are the $30 tier. I also saw a membership earlier. Mama Gamer for 10 months said, love all that you both do for the community. And then Steve said, Desk Clan, 14 months, holy smokes. Thanks for everything y'all do. May you guys have many blessings.
Thank you.
Caitlin Hebert said, you two are definitely the best part of my Sunday evening, cooking for my man and toddler while listening.
What are you cooking for dinner?
That is a good question. What is everybody having for dinner? It's Sunday. I had an amazing casserole.
How was the garlic bread? What did you think about that?
It was crunchy.
Yeah, I don't think sourdough is the one to use for garlic bread like that.
I don't like crunchy bread.
Yeah. I think it was also old bread when I picked it up.
How do you toast?
What do you mean, how do I toast?
When you eat toast, how do you eat your toast? Do you like, does it have to have a crunch? Do you like it dark, like charred?
No.
How do you toast?
So I like my bread toasted where the outside of it kind of has a crunch to it, but the inside of it's still really fluffy.
I like it so that it's just slightly gold.
Yeah, like a little tan on it.
Yeah, just a little bit of a tan.
Yeah.
Like an Irishman walking to the mailbox in Florida twice in a day.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Right.
Yeah. Anything more than that, I don't like it. I'm really not a big toast person.
I love toast. Oh my gosh. Put some like strawberry jam on there.
It's too much work. It's too much work.
I'll do it for you.
Tracy asked if you enjoyed your 420, babe.
Yeah, that was the day that my husband and I did our boudoir shoot.
Holy shit, it was, wasn't it?
It was.
We started posting some of those pictures on Instagram. Yep.
Yeah. What has been the feedback so far?
Everybody loves it. Every photo that I've posted.
Yeah.
I've seen one negative comment, and it was like somebody that doesn't follow us just off the wall being a fuckface. So I just deleted and blocked them, and that was it.
Gotcha.
Hype train, sub, gift, or use bits to get to the next level. We're at 93%.
Oh wow, going on a hype train.
Oh man. I'm using your channel to help heal the relationship with the mother of my daughter. We are using your advocacy for traditional values and making a lot of progress working together for once.
Well, that's dope.
I love that. Why did you, are you guys not together? Because you referred to her as the mother of your daughter. And if you're not together, how are you implementing traditional values to make that work? I'm very curious. Mike and I will be doing a boudoir maternity shoot on the 20th.
Oh, how exciting.
That is pretty cool.
It was really cool.
Is Peach's self-help journal still happening?
It is.
Tell him, babe. Tell him how you deleted the entire fucking thing out of frustration while we were in fucking Arizona. We get off the airplane. She's like, I deleted the entire thing. I'm like, you what?
I did because I was looking back at it and I was like, I hate everything about this. This is not the direction I want to take it. I still have my notes of like the very rough outline of how I want it to look. And I've refined it a little bit more, but the actual book itself, I completely deleted it and I'm restarting it. Yeah. It's in the works. I'm a perfectionist and I'm doing the things that I do.
Josh said, my wife and I are expecting our first. We were both raised in the church and wanted to know how y'all interpret to put your spouse before your kids. We've been very, very clear on that.
We have, yeah.
You put your spouse above your children. If you're married, it should be the marriage as the number one priority, then, husband and wife, and then the children. And that's the way I view it, because the marriage is the priority, then each other.
Right.
because you should be focusing on the marriage more than each other, making sure that that's strong. And then everything else kind of trickles down. It's like I view it as a champagne glass stack with it pouring into the one glass and just filling all the other cups on the way down. Stone Wolf on Twitch said, any big plans for you two? Soon for you two. We're doing a meet and greet in May for Patreon in Sarasota. We are doing
Vegas in June.
Yep. June. We're doing, I don't know where in Las Vegas, but it's happening. And then we have the Thailand trip that we're doing in October that is going to be a 7-day retreat that people get to travel with us for the entire 7 days. We sold 2 more of those today.
So what are we up to?
We have 14 slots left.
14 slots left.
Yep. I think that I honestly believe we can sell this trip out.
Yeah.
I think it's possible. If we could do 2 or 3, every couple of days, it'll sell out. If you guys do one in the Midwest, I would most definitely go. Well, isn't Las Vegas technically Midwest? Mitchie said Thailand looks dope. I agree. I agree. I think that Thailand's going to be one hell of an experience. And it's going to teach us a lot because it's going to let us know what we need to do to improve while doing these seminars and while doing these meet and greets and these excursions. And it's a once in a lifetime opportunity because depending on how this trip goes, there might not be another one.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like we're banking on there being lots of these throughout the future, but until we do one, we have no idea. LA is not Midwest. LA is right. I didn't say LA. I said Las Vegas. That's Nevada. That's not even in California. So it's technically not on the West Coast. Everybody's like Midwest is not Las Vegas. It's close enough. The real question is why should we have to come to all of your states when it would be easier for you guys to meet us somewhere? Right? Shelby said, do you guys do the marriage retreats? California. We're not doing California ever. I'm never going to visit that state unless it becomes pew-pew friendly. I don't like the politics. I'm not trying to step in shit. I'm not trying to deal with the fucking nonsense that's going on in Southern California.
I was born in California, and I'm good on visiting California for a bit.
Yeah. However, we are now ordained, and Peaches and I can marry people. We did the thing. One of these days, it'll actually happen. Somebody's gonna be like, "Yo, marry us." Mitchie said, I caught your videos on TikTok, then found you on Facebook and started listening to your podcast. Thank you for the support, guys.
Thank you.
Missouri said, fuck you to the gun laws. Yes, they did. I believe there's now 26 states. Florida was number 26 that has constitutional carry now. So California is not pew-pew friendly. California is fucking not friendly to a lot of things. Other than crime and drugs. Hi from Oklahoma.
Hello, Oklahoma.
Too much going on with the double chats.
Yeah.
Much love to you guys. My question is, how can I be a better listener for my male best friend? Well, I don't know how you are a listener. I don't know what you're doing, so it's kind of a hard thing to answer, but listen with intent. Don't listen to reply. What the fuck is that?
My ring under the table.
Don't listen to reply. Don't listen to intervene. Actively listen. Listen to problem solve. Listen for them and not for you. Literally jumped out of the shower when I heard you say you're ordained, getting married 11-2 in Kentucky. How can y'all get y'all to do it? Okay, so in my head, they're in there listening to our podcast, just doing their thing, showering. They're like, what? They're ordained? Towel, dry. Let me get into the chat. That's funny. I can't get my wife to go with y'all to Thailand. I tried, so come without her.
says no to a trip?
Right? Any advice for a couple that just started to be long distance after 2 years of being together every day? Utilize this time to start building anticipation and learn to miss each other and treat it as if you are in a new relationship. Allow yourself to miss your person. In talking to Scott and Wakinya, I have a new understanding of what a long distance relationship can be. And he told me that this gives him a lot of time to build the miss you and the anticipation, and they video chat every day, and like they still have a very close connection even though they're not physically there. And I was like, I could imagine that allows you guys to truly miss each other, and it makes the time that you get to spend together so much more important. And all I can think of in all of that is that they don't take their time for granted. Like I would imagine they really try to make the most of what they get when they're together. Mm-hmm. And I think that's fucking beautiful to me. I couldn't do it, but that's exactly what happened, minus the towel wet, soapy hands to not make it easy to type. I didn't even bother with the towel.
Oh, I have no idea what you're reading.
For the Kentucky thing, because somebody's getting married in Kentucky. Chris Dennison actually invited us to go to his wedding in April of next year, wants us to be a part of the hand binding. Mm-hmm. What does your Christmas look like? Christmas is so far away, it doesn't look like anything yet. Micro Explosion said, I would be there in a heartbeat, but I have to give birth. So, LOL, I don't want to have a baby in Thailand.
I get that.
Same. How long until the mentoring / voice of the broken stuff may happen? That's a really, really good fucking question. And I appreciate you asking, and I honestly don't know. The voice of the broken is a lot. It's a lot of planning and a lot of me trying to figure out exactly where I want to take it and how I'm going to do it. I've got quite a few emails in already, and I need to figure out. I have a lot I need to figure out in that still. The mentoring / coaching thing, I don't know. I would really like to do the coaching thing. I would like to move forward with that. I'm really concerned about the time constraints. And if I do that, how many people a week can we take? Because we are limited on our time. And do we just take on like 5 people a week and that be it? Because that would be doable. 5 hours in a week, 1 call a day would be super fucking easy. Or 5 in a day would be exhausting, but it could be done. But we have to sit down and really discuss that still. Phenom said, what is Voice of the Broken? I don't know anything about it. So I feel like, man, why is this making me so uncomfortable to talk about? I have been very honest about my emotional and mental health through all of this. And I have not shied away from my conversations about how depressed I was and how I've wanted to unalive myself in the past and how all of that has panned out. Where are you going, woman? And I am wanting to get other stories from men who have been in the position that I was in, who now has success, so that I can read their stories and give my thoughts and opinions and have discussions either with them or about it, to try to give other men insight into other people's problems, because my story is only one and there are many stories to be told. But I believe that's going to truly help people who are struggling. If that is, I guess that's the best explanation I can give you right now. Haley said, how's your mental state? Hope you are well. How is your mental state, babe? You haven't said much.
How is my mental state? Getting better. It's getting better.
So informative.
Oh, Well, what else is there? I'm not gonna sit here and talk about how depressed and shit I am.
Well, no. I'm glad that you're not doing that. I used I statements during a moment of conflict today, and it diffused the situation. The I versus you statements episode has truly helped. I love that. For those of you who are in Patreon, you've already gotten the follow-up, which was the flood. I sent that to Lee last night. He said that he got a lot of value from that. We also did one on repair and soft startups, and then we did one on manipulation, judgment, and porn addiction. And then we did one yesterday on what a relationship actually is, and had conversations about what that looks like. Mm-hmm. We have a lot of really cool discussions coming up. Any update on decisions on postnatal depression, loss, postpartum, etc.? That was for you.
That's currently in the works. I am trying to get my life back together right now. So once my life is back together, then I can focus back on content. So there is not an ETA on that yet.
Where did it go? Spring Allison said, I want to be a part of the Voice of the Broken. Is it just for men? Right now, I think so. I am asking women to send emails all the same, though, because Peaches wants to do something similar. It could be a her and I thing. I think that would work really well, but I think that it should be individual.
Well, I have the garden segment where I've been pushing for the emails.
Oh, well, there you go. There you go. She has her garden, and I'm going to do the Voice of the Broken. So, I don't know if it's going to be a Patreon thing. I may create a whole separate standalone channel podcast for that, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to be monetized.
What do you mean?
If we are having conversations that are heavy on drug abuse, suicide, domestic violence, rape, just those conversations are already hard to discuss without using code words, because if they're used too frequently, you'll get flagged. And I don't know if I want to risk to be better by having those conversations on this channel. I may have to create a whole new YouTube over that. That way, if it can't be monetized, it doesn't affect our livelihood. Right. And the monetization of it doesn't matter. I don't need to make money off of that. Like we have enough coming through doing what we're doing that we can start helping people and not have to worry about it. And that's where I want to be in life. But I don't know. Can you explain the garden segment? Because somebody in Twitch has not been familiar with that.
So the garden segment is a segment of the podcast that I created that is geared towards women. It is a Patreon exclusive segment. We do release some things to YouTube. That might change in the future depending on where I take the content. But right now we're doing book breakdowns. I've done cemetery segments. I have done a parenting episode. I have done content on how to be a good wife. It is all around how to grow and be feminine and really just thrive in being a woman and a mom and a wife. And as discussed just now, I want to start accepting any emails, seeking advice, or telling a story of how you overcame something massive like addiction in your life and how 5 years later you never expected to be where you're at now and you're thriving. All of those things. I have done a couple of interviews for the garden segment, but the interviews have been discontinued. Why are you looking at me like that?
I'm fucking zoning out thinking about all of this because I also want to take this into the realm of Zoom calls. I want to interview people. Because it's one thing to get an email from somebody that says that they went through something. It's another to hear them talk about it.
Right.
And like I could have typed up my story, the I'm sorry this is difficult episode on, that I recorded on New Year's of 2023, 24, 23. It's a long fucking time ago, it feels like. And I could have typed that up and just posted it as a blog on the website. Mm-hmm. And it would not have hit the same as people seeing me fucking going through it on camera. And people that still will see that and be like, thank you so much for this. Like, I needed to fucking see this, that it's okay to go through this. I'm going through it too.
Right.
I want to fucking help people. That was the whole point in all of this. Mm-hmm. And I feel like we are helping people. I know that we are helping people, but I believe that we can do more than we are. I just don't know how to get to the point of doing more.
Trial and error.
Right. Well, and there's been a lot of that. Mm-hmm. So
I think we're definitely getting into a direction of things, though.
Yeah. Can you explain that? What do you mean?
It could have been just more for me in my life because I'm getting my thoughts more composed. But I really feel like going in towards the mentorship and doing the calls or however we do that is a good direction to be in.
Yeah. Yeah. I saw somebody ask about us vlogging the Thailand trip. No, I don't think I am. I don't think I am. If we can sell out 20 slots out of the 24, there's a very real possibility that I can afford at that point to bring another person, right? That can do camera work. Mm-hmm. We can wear lav mics while we're doing our seminars and like we can make content out of that. The problem is the expense that comes with that. If it doesn't balance out to a zero, it's not worth doing. Mm-hmm. So I don't know how that's going to plan out yet. What did that say? I joined the Patreon less than a week ago and love being there. Met someone who was willing to be a mentor to help me move up with the company we work for.
That's dope.
That is fucking dope. Mm-hmm. Are you going to bring back the private women's group? I know you mentioned that this morning too.
I'm thinking about it. It's also the end of the month and I need to get the May challenge prepared for the women's group. I'm thinking about the paid women's group. I'm thinking about doing weekly calls. I don't know though.
I think that you should do bi-weekly or monthly.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it gives people time to prepare the things that they want to talk about.
Okay, so like bi-weekly would be better.
Yeah. But, you know, if you keep it a small group, I mean, the men's group, I think, has 11 people in it right now. And we did an 1.5-hour call today. Mm-hmm. It was eventful. Today's call was a lot.
With all 11 people on?
No, we had 7 or 8 of the people on there, but it was very business oriented. And that business oriented conversation led into family and what it is to be a man and lead. It was just a good phone call. It was productive. Yeah, it was productive.
That's good.
So
yeah, I'm really thinking about it.
Yeah. Katie said, I agree with the interviews. It's connecting you more and love the coaching. You guys are making moves for sure. The coaching thing is going to be one of those things that I think the hardest part of all of that is me coming to grips with having to charge people to have a conversation with me because I'm struggling with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the price point that we have is the biggest struggle with me in all of it.
Do you think it's too much or too little?
I don't know.
See, that's where I'm at.
I don't know. I think we need to offer variety.
Like what? What kind of variety?
I don't know. I would have to sit down and make notes of it. I wasn't expecting to have this conversation.
I wasn't either.
So.
But it's better than reading an email.
Okay, hang on. Let me go get mine.
And then we can get feedback from people. Right. Alana said that I think you should have people apply to be to the women's group versus just taking the first 10. Well, if it's a paid group, I don't think that it would go over 10. I think 10 to 15 is probably, I mean, maybe I'm wrong. There's a lot more women in Discord than there are men. But
I think, the first round of me trying to do the women's group, I think we had like 30 people.
But that was not a paid one, right?
No.
Didn't we do like $50 the first time or something?
Yeah, it was a low amount.
Right.
Yeah.
I think the $100 price point for the men's group is where it needs to be because there are people who come in that don't do the work and fall off in the first month. And there's people who have been there for every group since the beginning. And it's one of those things that it doesn't matter how much money you spend. If you're not active in the group, you're not going to get anything from it. You can throw money in the garbage. It's not going to benefit you. But if you're joining a group to be a part of something, you have to actually do the work. This also came up in the men's group conversation today because this is the same thing as people going, oh my God, you lost 50 pounds. How did you do it? You fucking know how I did it. It's
right.
Diet and exercise because there's no other way to lose weight. You can take a drug and it might speed your metabolism up or lower your appetite a little bit, but it's not going to do the work for you. You still have to do the work. So, oh my God, you got a mentor. How's that working out? Well, they're telling me what to do. And are you doing it? No. Well, it's not working out for you then. Mm-hmm. Same concept. So, All right, I'm going to scroll up a little bit because I saw a whole lot of people wanting to ask questions. Francis Anderson, I'm pretty sure that I talked to you a little bit about that and asked if you were in the men's group, and you said you were not. The men's group is through Patreon only. It's $100 a month. There's a public men's group that you get access to on the $15, $20, and $30 tier, but the private men's group is $100.
So when it comes to the coaching calls or the mentorship or however we want to phrase that, I think that there should be a one-time call option. Because we were discussing, what was it, $800 for 4 calls a month?
Yeah, I was going to do $250 for a single call and $800 for 4.
See, the $250 for the single call is what makes me uncomfortable.
Too much?
Because my mind, I think that there's people out there in crisis, right? And the economy is shit right now. For the one-time call of like $60 or $80, it would be that trial to see if they even mesh with us.
Yeah.
I think if it's worth.
I think that if you do that, you're going to burn yourself out real fast. Because there's going to be a whole lot of people that can get $60 together,
Right.
that is just going to trauma dump on you, and it's going to eat at you. I don't think a $60 investment is enough of an investment. I just don't.
Okay.
I understand the there are people struggling aspect of it. They can join the public women's group and get help if that's the case for $15 a month.
Right. Well, my thinking in that $60 one is that this would be, like, this person would be documented. So if you enjoyed the call, then we can look at other options of like bi-weekly calls for $400 a month, or the 4 calls a month for the $800 a month. That one-time $60 call would be documented. And if you wanted to come back for another session, then we can discuss the more long-term options.
Okay.
Well, what do you think about
treat
that?
it like an interview?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay. I mean, that makes a little more sense. I would definitely want to figure out a structure for that.
Right.
I really worry. $60 is not a lot of money. And
It's
I
not.
think that there's going to be a whole lot of people wasting your time just to have a conversation with you.
Well, I've also thought about that too. And if I had like Mondays where I do 2 1-hour calls like that, and that's my dedicated Mondays, I'm only doing 6 of those a month.
Yeah, that's not bad. You could do them while I do the premieres on Monday.
Right.
Yeah. Definitely something to think about.
Okay.
Jenny said there was 10 the first time. Jasmine said,
Right. Well, there were 10 that we documented.
I'm a mom of 2, soon to be 3. My husband is a first-time dad expecting our baby in August, and tips and advice I can give him to help him transition from man to father from a man's perspective. There's nothing that you can do to prepare him for being a father. It's not going to be real to him until you actually have the baby and he's able to hold it. And then everything's just going to be fucking game on from that point on. He's going to need to do some research into you, though, and understanding what your body's going to be going through, or your relationship's going to suffer. Now, I worry about a lot of men not having the knowledge that they should have, because I know that a lot of relationships don't make it past the 1-year mark after a child's born.
Right.
So the paddler, hey Chris, been in and out of reach of being up to date with you both. Can I ask quickly, what's the men's group about? The men's group is a paid group that is about men helping men. It's business owners, fathers, husbands, other entrepreneurs, not just myself. And it is a place for us to go and vent. It's a place to go and get advice. It's a place to go and get business advice. It is just a group of people who are trying to do better. We have book readings that we do every month, and then we discuss the books. It is an overall growth and development community for men. It's the best way I can explain that.
Just this is my reminder of me reminding you, this Tuesday is Muffins for Moms. So the kids and I are going to be up earlier than usual.
Okay. You want to read that so that you can discuss that, because I don't remember.
It started out as paid, but no one ended up being charged. It seemed like half the group went there to vent and not to be better.
Yep.
You mean for the women's group? Yeah, we didn't even really do anything in that group. I had so much shit going on in my life.
Well, there was a lot of people in it.
There were 2 separate groups.
Okay.
There was the paid private group, and because I had no idea what I was doing, I was going to give the ladies the first month free.
Right.
And then after like the first 15 or 20 days, I was like, well, I do not have the time or the attention span to dedicate to this what it needs to be.
Right.
And I disbanded it.
I think what makes those groups so valuable is it's not just you and I.
Right.
I have Dakota and Steve and like Zach is in there. And at one point AJ was in there. But having those other people who have businesses and have life experiences doing shit makes it so that we have a lot of community, right? And I think that you would have the same thing with some of the women that you haven't, you know.
Yeah. I need to get with Janae about that. Janae is one of my favorite people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Janae, are you here? Even if she's not, I pray for her a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's here.
I love her.
Chris Dennison said, "Oh, wifey and I made the joint decision that if you guys do make it, I will make you some armor and garb for the hand fasting."
Word.
The Paddler says 125 to 150 seems like a fair one too. I emailed you both about 3 or 4 months ago. I didn't follow up because of my own personal reasons, but it was mainly trauma dump. Started growing more sense. Did you guys ever put together an episode guide? We kind of have one, but I gotta be honest, I've stopped looking at that. Sabrina said, that's something that Mike is struggling with right now. He's so nervous for the baby and how he'll be. I told him he won't know until he gets here. We will have to learn to give. And then that just stopped. Jenny said, anytime, my friend, anytime. She sort of has an episode guide, kind of. Ashley subscribed to Tier 1 on Twitch. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Subscribed for 3 months. Currently on a 3-month streak. Said love you both.
Thank you.
I know that the Twitch chat shows up in the main chat over here as well because I can see
duplicate.
Yeah, but I like the look of the Twitch chat better than the Restream.io chat.
Is it the white on black?
I think so. I think it's easier on my eyes. I also think having it on the left side of the screen is nicer because it doesn't get the glare from the dome light, but I don't know. Jenny posted her episode guide. So for those of you who are wanting it, it's on YouTube.
So I totally forgot that I actually sat down like a month or so ago and spent like 2 or 3 hours doing research on calls like that. So the going rate is typically $75 to $200 per hour.
Okay.
And a lot of people will do packages, for example, 30-minute calls 4 times a month for $300 a month, or 4 90-minute hour-and-a-half calls for $2,000 a month.
Yeah. See, and I'm in like the middle of the spectrum on that because I think that too low is not enough of a monetary investment for people to actually do the work.
Right.
And I think too high, like you said, eliminates people who really need the help.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I did a bunch of math that I will show you afterwards. I think 120 would be the golden number for the hour call. Because it eliminates that $60 being too low.
I think because I got so used to tattooing at $150 an hour, that's what I view my time worth.
Yeah.
I think that if I was to come down off the 250, 150 would be the lowest I'd go.
Okay.
Spring Allison said, I would pay $100 for the women's group and would love to help with presentations, readings, and anything else you need. I do it in my everyday life.
Okay. Are you in Discord, Spring Allison? I'm almost certain you're in Discord.
I believe she is too.
Almost certain.
Yeah, a lot of people are agreeing 150 is a good minimum. I'd pay 150 to have a call with y'all. See, so and that now the issue. Okay, so this is another thing we have. You guys are great problem solvers.
Thanks for working with us on this.
Yeah, this is super helpful for us. Now, how would that work in the event that they wanted to do a call with both of us? Because I have to be honest, I don't really want to work with women.
I'm also going to be honest. I kind of don't want to work with men, not because I don't like men or anything of that type. I don't know how men process things.
That's where my hang up is.
Like if you have a mom wound and you need somebody to like cheer you on and you want to pay me to do that, okay.
You can do, right?
Right. Like I can be a support, but in actually deep diving things and processing things, I think that you would be more equipped to help gentlemen versus I.
So how did that work then if people wanted to work with us together, or a man or a woman specifically did want to work with us because, like, what if it's business? Or what if they actually need that mommy thing and you're able to provide that? Like, because I can do business shit all day long. That's like a fucking the back of my hand.
Yeah, and I'm super dope at doing nurturing things.
Right.
So
like, yeah. It's a lot.
I think that there definitely needs to be a questionnaire sent out before any payment is accepted of anything, because I am very skeptical of people who want to come in and just get attention from us.
Right.
Like I am not willing to feed in, because as a body piercer, I had people come in with kinks and try to get some type of sexual gratification out of me. This is a very professional environment. So I'm not trying to work with a gentleman who has some weird infatuation with me, and now he gets to pay for my time, like an OnlyFans kind of thing.
No, we're not doing that.
Right. I'm not trying to cultivate or entertain that kind of thing. There's a questionnaire would have to happen.
Yeah. Well, we'd also have to put some sort of cancellation policy in there. I'm a big believer in being able to fire your clients.
Yeah.
I've been that way my entire career in the tattoo industry. If somebody and I don't mesh and I start working with them, I tell them, like, look, this doesn't work for me. It's not that I don't like you. It's just that you and I don't mesh and I can't work with you.
Right.
Your idea of what you want is not my style of tattooing. Let me get somebody that can do a better job than this. And then I pass the buck. So
I think if the opposite sex wants to work with one of us privately, I don't know. Because I am worried about that, especially with a woman. If she's coming to you for emotional things.
I'm not doing anything privately.
Okay.
Everything will be done on a Zoom call without my headphones on.
Okay.
I don't want that. And I will be recording every fucking conversation I have for my own safety. And
that's a good idea.
When you do Zoom and you click recording started, it notifies the person on the other end that it's being recorded.
Okay.
I'm not fucking taking any chances with that shit. So, and that was another thing that we needed to discuss.
Yeah.
We both have iPads.
Right.
So it would be very easy for us to sit in two separate rooms out here. And if something becomes inappropriate, snap a finger and we know, you know what I mean? Like,
right. Okay.
Yeah.
So we would have to be on the same schedule for that.
I would want to pick the same days. Yeah.
Yeah. The same days and the same schedule.
It would make it easy, right?
It
If
would
we
make
did
it
Thursday,
easy.
because you drop the
Right.
kids off for school Thursday morning, we come home, shower, and come straight to the studio and just spend all fucking day here.
Right.
That's easy.
Okay. In regards to people wanting to work with both of us, I think bumping it up to $200 an hour isn't unreasonable.
A lot of people have been saying that.
Is that what people have been saying? Okay. Dope.
The
Oh,
fuck?
my DoorDash.
I'm like, come back with level 4 plates or what, motherfucker?
Yeah. I appreciate you guys sitting here brainstorming with us.
Hey, how's it going?
I like thinking with other people. This is fun.
Yeah. I should have been like, it's me. Thank you. Enjoy. Have a good night. Take care. You too.
Was he expecting a lady?
He was.
Yeah.
He's like, it's for Peaches. And I'm like, yeah, she's in there on a call. And he's like, oh, okay. I was like, I should have been like, it's me.
That's what grabbed my
He
attention.
said, stop it, sailor.
Stop. Sometimes human beings are just so beautiful.
I love it when people match the stupidity.
Oh, yeah.
It makes life fun.
Oh, yeah. Man. Don't do private sessions with the opposite sex. Not a good idea, Peach and Chris. Do teen counseling sessions. I agree.
We need one of those brainstorming bubble charts.
I got that dessert again if you want one of the little
Okay. Is that what you gave me last night when I got home? Yeah, it was good.
Isn't it?
It was really good.
Yeah, I agree with the pre-screening questionnaire. I'm going to write these things down. 150 single.
And you know that
200.
I can put all of that on the website so that it can be, they can download the questionnaire, fill it out, and then, or like even like create a form on the website. I really need to get the website rebuilt.
Yeah, I agree.
But I want to have, we have 3 websites that have to be built. ToBeBetter.com has to be done. chrisandpeaches.com has to be done. And then the Voice of the Broken has to get done. I really think I'm going to just spend the money to pay somebody to build the fucking websites and maintain them. I think
that's a good idea.
I don't want to deal with this shit.
It'll be worth the expensive and long term, the revenue that'll be built off because the website looks cleaner. It'll get, in my opinion, higher views and whatnot.
Yeah, I got to be honest. I just don't want it to look like shit.
Right.
And that alone is worth the money to me. But so I'm kind of late catching up on everything you guys do. Just found out a couple days ago about your Twitch. How do I go about finding your Discord, or are there multiple? There actually are multiple. But in order to get into our Discord, you have to join Patreon. You join it at the $15 tier. You then connect your Patreon to Discord and it'll auto add you to the server. If you end up going into the men's group or the women's group, because apparently that's going to be on the Patreon soon.
What is?
The women's group. If you're going to do it, I'm going to put it on Patreon so that we don't have to play the game that we were playing before. They can just sign up directly through Patreon the way the men are.
I want to get somewhat structured.
Oh yeah, I'm not doing it yet. I'm just saying that when it's available, it'll be on there.
On the Patreon, okay. And it will be a limited slot type thing. So, just so everyone's aware, it's going to cap out at about 8 or 10.
Yeah. Well, I think I have mine set to 10.
Yeah.
But I have people in there who are grandfathered that I will make sure, even if I got to give them the fucking group, will be in there. Glenda Mann said, "How about Voice of the Healing Broken?" I think Voice of the Broken is more effective because nobody's ever done healing. I don't believe we're ever done healing. I believe that we get to a point where we're more comfortable in our own skin, and then it's small changes. You know what I mean? And that's eternal growth. I don't think that we're gonna ever stop growing.
No.
But
no, I don't think we will.
And I've already bought voiceofthebroken.com. Why not use Squarespace for the website? I am using Squarespace for the website. And though it's easy, it's not what I want. It's not what I want. I want the website to be very professional and clean, and I want it to be custom, and I want it to be awe-inspiring. Samantha G just gave us $4.99 just for being you guys. Hope you guys had a fantastic weekend. It wasn't bad.
Thank you. Oh, man.
I use GoDaddy. I actually used GoDaddy at one point too. I don't know. I can build it. I know that I can sit down and actually do the website. I've built a lot of them. I could very easily get a WordSpace template, throw it on a fucking Squarespace, or not WordPress, throw it onto Squarespace, and it would be done. I just don't want to deal with it. So, just don't want to deal with it.
Am I going to do any more creepypastas? I don't know. I'm kind of hung up really right now on me watching you and then me giving you guys the summarized version of you, because a lot of people seem to enjoy that. I think it's the way that I tell the story, the way I weave my lure. What?
You would be able to, I'm trying to, there's got to be a way that you can watch that and stream it and not be under copyright violations because you're reviewing it. You know what I mean? Like,
right. Like reviewing a show?
Yeah. I don't know how that would work. There's got to be a way around it because you're breaking down the show from like a life coach perspective.
And it's like every other second too. So it's not
right.
like 45 minutes of me just playing their show.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know how that would work. Maybe that's something that you would have to do through Discord, because you'd be able to watch it, play it in Discord, and then pause it and have the conversations.
Is that possible, Zach?
I believe it is, because they were doing, weren't you guys watching shit at one point?
Oh, we were doing, yeah. Oh, yeah, we were doing murder mystery nights.
There's got to be a way to do that.
Totally forgot about that.
Zach said you would need short clips. Peaches would have to be fairly large. But I could do the Discord thing, he said.
Would I be able to control it? like pausing, playing, all of that.
Yes, she means the show you. I saw something that I have to scroll back up for. If we had the time, I'm sure she would be happy to do it, but right now we're slammed. That's why I don't volunteer to mod. I don't know what that was in reference to. Oh, here we go. How would the privacy of Voice of the Broken interviews work? What would the types of individuals that would be interviewed? I'm
going to interrupt.
What would be the types?
So piggybacking off of Unrelated Therapy's question, would you do like anonymous voiceovers and whatnot? Like if they didn't want...
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. We actually have somebody that lives on the other coast of Florida. I almost said where they live. I'm not going to because they don't want to be seen. Right. That is a trans man that wanted to be on the podcast that is a member of our community. Mm-hmm. And I am planning on making that happen at some point. They're going to actually come here and we'll just have them sit down with a microphone and they'll just be completely off camera. Okay. But I'm not doing shit until we figure out how to make this sustainable for guests because your garden room is not set up yet. And I don't know what we're doing. Like with the broken elbow, everything stopped. Yeah, because I'm not going to try to decorate your room. You're the decorator.
Right.
The last thing I want to do is go in there and do that. And you'd be like, I hate all of this. And then I would feel like shit. So like it's just paused. But I want to have that on there. As for the Voice of the Broken, if people don't want to be seen, we can do an audio only voice call. That's real fucking easy to do. If they decide that they wanted to be seen, we could do a video call, or I can just read their email and talk about it the way that we do the couples emails on the podcast.
Yeah.
In the event that I don't get an interview with somebody and they just send the email in and want to talk to us through the email, I would just sit down with Peaches and we would talk about it. Mm-hmm. I don't have to do this alone. This is not about being a me thing by any means. It's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to help men realize that just because life sucks right now doesn't mean that it doesn't fucking get better.
Right.
I have said on the podcast in the past that I am alive today simply because I believed that I fucking deserved more than what I've ever had. Because my life was garbage. And I believed I deserved more. It's the only reason why I haven't eaten a bullet. And my life now is fucking incredible because I waited and because I continued making moves and growing. And I still have bouts of depression. I'm normal. It's normal. Sometimes I allow myself to be inactive and get bored. And my boredom creates depression because I don't do well sitting still. Mm-hmm. But I'm not depressed like I was and haven't been for fucking almost 4 years now. You know what I mean? So like to have a bad day is great. I fucking love having a bad day every once in a while because it makes the rest of the week incredible.
Yes, it does.
But to go through a 6-year depression where every day could be the end of your life, like that's not living.
Right.
That's struggling to survive. And I know that there are men out there who are currently going through that have no one to fucking talk to and no one to give them guidance. And like just hearing those other stories from other men could be the thing that changes that for them. I know that we deal more in terms of women on the email side of things with To Be Better. Most of the people write in are female. We do get men emails, but it's not to the same volume.
Right.
And it's because it's a relationship podcast. A lot of men don't want to fucking hear this shit. They need to. They just don't want to. So... Yep. Joanne Metzler said, my kids were the reason I lived for the longest time until they were grown, and now it's my dogs. Do you see the problem in that statement?
Your identity became being a mother.
Right. And now it's a caretaker for an animal. You're not living for you. You're a dope motherfucker, dude. Like all of us are. The chances of you even being alive is 1 in 400 trillion. This is a fucking gift.
Yeah.
And so many of us waste it. And we allow societal pressure and interpersonal relationships and fucking all of the expectations of others come crashing down on our fucking shoulders and beat the fucking dog shit out of us until we submit and give in to what everyone else fucking wants. And we're a shell of a person walking around fucking destroyed inside. And we waste this. Mm-hmm. I don't want to be on my deathbed going, I really wish that I would have taken different steps in my life. I don't want to live a life of regret. I want to go out knowing that I fucking grabbed her by the hair, smacked her ass, and rode it till the end. You know what I mean? Like, life is my bitch. I'm going to fucking enjoy this shit while I got it. I don't want to be living for something other than living.
Right.
If that makes sense.
It does.
A lot of men are too proud to admit that they need guidance or could use guidance. I don't think it's pride. I think it's fear. Peaches, can you share your lion's mane source?
I got the powdered. Oh gosh, where did I get it from? I think it was like Monterey Herb Co.
You bought actual lion's mane though, right?
Right, in a powdered form, yeah.
I don't know anything about what she got, but I know that if I was to ever buy anything mushroom related, I'm buying it from Paul Stamit's website. Dude's the godfather of mushrooms.
Yeah.
Kendra said, I'm so glad I have found you guys. I have been hiding in the back for the past year listening to you guys. I want to say thank you for helping me be better. Helping me better myself and also my marriage. You're welcome. Thank you for being here. She then said, I can't thank you guys enough for the help you've given me and my husband. I hope to meet you guys someday. Well, we do meet and greets.
We do.
Told my father figure, Gabe Caesar, your contact to do an interview. He lives in Florida as a professor of criminology and criminal justice. He would be perfect for an interview. Look out for an email. Will do. Screeners will have to check out for it. Darcindran said, for a lot of men, it's fear of change that holds them back, as well as being told that they are the problem and need to change how they act. I think that that's certainly a big part of it, but I think that it's more than that. I think it's more than that. I think that we are told that we have to be strong for others so much that we forget that we too fucking need to take care of ourselves, and you become callous.
Who's strong for the person who's always strong?
Right. I've said that shit a lot. When you're the go-to guy, who do you go to when you need help? It's a Jelly Roll lyric. Yep. Was fear the longest time for me, but I told myself I deserve better and I am worth more. Sorry.
Everything okay?
I have money questions being asked. That is my money, so I'm going to answer it real quick.
Okay.
Okay. For me, it was for being called out on why. Fenrir's Maw said, I think it's less fear of change and much more fear of reaction they'll receive. Too many don't think think we're worth the effort, so no one will help. I agree with that too. I think that's also a large part of it. That fear of reaction, how are you able to be a protector and lead if you are afraid of your person? How can you effectively make decisions that is going to lead your household if you are afraid of your partner? And that's what that is. That you not feeling safe is a fear. No other way around that.
Mm-hmm.
How's your dinner going over there, Hotness?
It's good. I like the ranch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it that you smirk at me when you talk.
Me?
Me? Who else would I be talking to?
I don't know. Just like that you address me.
You like that I undress you?
Yeah, address me.
Oh, address.
Yeah.
I heard undress. Dirty mind.
This is my mind. Just don't honk. Don't honk.
Don't honk. Unrelated therapy said, my view of the world is dark. Illegal acts transpired to me that actually changed state laws. There has been repeated proof that nobody loves or cares about me. But I soldier on for my future family. The question is do you love you? Because that's the ultimate decision in that. This whole fucking... Dude, we play video games on a regular, dude. I feel like I can say this to you and you not take it too personal, but that's a bullshit statement. That's a pity me mindset. If no one loves you, fuck them. Love yourself Worry about you. And when you find people that are worthy of your attention in your life, create your own circle. Glenda Mann said, Chris, you make the difference for men, and Peaches, you bring the feminine voice needed to help both men and women. I think that we have what we have because the two of us are very balanced. She's very soft and I'm not.
I feel like I'm a massive bitch sometimes.
I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Fenrir's Moss said, for the record, there is nothing wrong with being afraid while moving forward. It's the fear without movement that is crippling. Got to move forward. Always forward. Hence the To Be Better logo. Always forward. That's cowardice. If you become afraid and you stop, that is cowardice. You're choosing to not do anything. It's choice. The Paddler said, damn it, that statement of fear just sent chills, but hit very valid points. Zach said, unrelated therapy, there has not been proof that's a false conclusion. There has been evidence that there are people that have done you wrong. However, there are people that care. I agree. I just started the courage to be happy, loving it so far. MKL Clark. Michael Clark? Is that Michael Clark? I think I sent you a t-shirt today. Is that actually you? If so, that's pretty cool. It is. Fuck yeah. I sent your shirts out today. It's packaged. It's sitting right over there. It'll go out to the post office tomorrow. Did you read The Courage to Be Disliked? Because that book, I think, is a better beginning than The Courage to Be Happy, but The Courage to Be Happy is a phenomenal read. I'm going to have to run back through it, though, because I got I got a lot of really good insights while driving and didn't pause the book till I got home because I was really enthralled at what was happening, and then I lost it.
Yeah, I've had to stop myself. Like I listen for like 10 or 15 minutes and I have to stop and make my notes.
Yeah. I hate that.
Yeah.
I fucking hate that because I get so excited and I want to tell you about it. And then I get there and it's gone.
Yep.
And like that excited conversation means a whole lot more to me than me processing it all out and then being like, hey, this is my thought.
Right.
Because that's boring. Like,
right.
Hey, I had a
fun
thought.
Of it.
This is it. Whoop-de-doo. Hey, babe, I thought of this thing. What do you think about blah, blah, blah? Oh, really? I think blah, 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 blah. And then that's exciting. Right.
I would still be super stoked about the second conversation. Like, yeah.
Yeah, it's the back and forth that does it, I think. Yeah, they read it. That's good. I use a bookmark feature in my Audible to bookmark the location and just hit it on my dash. Can you do that from your console in your car? That's fucking gangster. I wonder if I can do that. I've never tried that. Austin Quest on Twitch said, I let the state of fear by ending my forward relationship. Sometimes you have to choose yourself by yourself to actually heal. 2 months out of it, my anxiety is down 70 to 80%, and I am no longer in a cortisol-fueled state.
Yep.
Which is good because that means your central nervous system is finally starting to relax. It means your anxiety is going to probably go away.
Yeah. My anxiety has really, really, really gone down. Do you remember what my cortisol was at the first time I got my labs back?
It was like 6 times higher than it should have been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
I saw that and I was like, I don't know how you sleep. Like, how do you function like that?
I wasn't.
Yeah.
I mean, I did. Obviously, we had the podcast and everything. Is living in that state though is
it actually ages you. It's not good for your body.
Yeah.
Dirt Road Nation for $5 said, I can't count the amount of times I've redrawn my circle from high school to this day. Do you, bro? Mm-hmm. I am Sabrina said, Mike can't wait for the meet and greet. He has a few business questions. Why hasn't he texted me? I know he fucking has my phone number.
The fuck, Mike?
Yeah, Mike. Mike.
Mike.
I want to talk about the redrawing your social circles, though, before we move on to something else. That,
okay.
Oh my God.
Bought every book?
Is
that what you were talking about?
Yeah, recommended list. Every book from the recommended list. That's gangster.
Oh, man. You're about to fucking blow up. You're going to be a whole different person.
Yeah, that's a lot. On that social circle thing, this podcast and the community that we just talked about this yesterday during an episode that won't be seen for another month. But we have redrawn our social circles yet again. I have 3 people that is not Peaches in my day-to-day life. 3.
Oh man, I don't have anyone besides you in my day-to-day life. Like every single day?
Well, I meant like real life.
Oh.
I don't mean everyday interactions. I
okay.
mean like I have 3 real people
Gotcha.
that are close enough for me to interact with that give a shit about me. Well, 2, one of them is out of state, but
Right.
they make it a point to check in. But my social circle since creating the podcast went from like 6 or 7 people to 2.5, if you call it that. But I have a whole lot more now because of the podcast that are out of state. It's just not the same thing. The long distance friendships, I think, is not the same as living in the same town as someone.
I agree. That reminds me, I'm doing a painting by numbers with Sierra on the 7th.
I thought you were supposed to do one of those this weekend with Caitlin.
No, she couldn't.
Oh. His kitten said, I always wanted to get stuff like my cortisol checked. I don't know how or where to go near me or what to search exactly. You can do it through Matrix. Depending on what state you're in. If you're in the US, they do your your labs, or you can do it through LabCorp as a female hormone test. And then if you don't know how to read it, you can Google the results, or you can get with Matrix from there. But if you guys are doing any type of hormone anything and you use Matrix, use the To Be Better referral because it'll save you $200 on your consultation. I have my mom and my 3 kids. That's my circle. That's not healthy.
It's not healthy, no.
I believe everybody needs one like long-term solid person in their life. Somebody that actually gets excited for your wins. Because it's real easy for people to get together and fucking complain about their life, or to talk about their dogs, or talk about their kids, or talk about their job. That's not a real relationship. If you're like, yo, we're going to Thailand, and your friends aren't like fucking dope and like hyping you up, they're not your friends.
Yep.
They're not. They want to see you fail. Secretly, they're waiting on your downfall so they can talk shit to all of their other friends about your downfall. What?
I think I want to take a bath tonight.
Yeah. So you're not going to stay and play afterwards?
I don't think so. I haven't had a bath in like a month.
Yeah. A lot of people are saying the Discord has changed their life, and that's where their friends are. It's changed mine. The men's group has changed my life. I don't fucking deny that at all. I have new friends, Dakota, Zach, Steve. I fucking have people that genuinely give a shit about me for the first time, it seems like, in forever, other than Sean. But Sean has been a lifelong friend. Like, I know that if I call him, he's going to be there.
Right.
But we are also enmeshed with business and life shit. So like sometimes those conversations end up becoming less about what's going on and more about what do we have to fix. And that's not conducive. You know what I mean? Sometimes I just want to complain.
Yeah.
And sometimes so does he, but we're also not going to allow each other to just sit around and bitch about shit either. So Jenny is that person for me. Chris is a person I can go to at an extreme. I could go for more in between, but I don't know. I feel weird about that. Zach, you can text me or call me whenever the fuck you want, dude. You are on my bypass my do not disturb. I wish you would reach out to me about shit. Like I want more connections with people. I'm actively trying to develop new relationships. I am. I believe that I'm going to just touch on the courage to be happy. They really break down what a relationship is. And then we broke it down even further on that episode.
Yeah.
But knowing that I crave that relationship, and knowing that I want to have more friends, and looking at people as being a irreplaceable friend, I think that that's going to change the structure of things moving forward for me. I'm kind of excited about it.
What do you mean change the structure of things for you?
I have been burned so much by people that I've always been like very at arm's length with everyone because it's safe.
Right.
Right. You need to show me that you don't have ill intent. And lately I've let a lot of that shit go, and it's caused us a lot of fucking drama. Well, that's a false statement. Drama is definitely not the right word. It has caused us to have to deal with people who wear masks, and I don't want to deal with that.
Okay.
Trying to think if there's a better way to phrase that. I think that's fair. I don't want to get too far into that anyways, but I'm not going to go out of my way to do for people. I want to build a relationship with them before I start trying to
help or
Yep.
put yourself out.
Yep. Rachin said, I'm not a people person. I don't know how else to explain it. I just don't like being in crowds. I don't like being in crowds either, but I do like people.
Mm-hmm.
And you pointed it out. You're like, you are more social than I am. You are more of an extrovert than I am. I'm like, you're out of your fucking mind. I hate people. And you're like, no, you don't.
You don't. You talk about all the time how you need connections with people.
I do.
And you need... You could talk to people all damn day and not be exhausted by it.
I know that's not true. I do get exhausted from it. I do. My social battery will get drained, but it depends on the level of person I'm dealing with. If I'm dealing with somebody who vehemently disagrees with me, but in an intelligent manner, that's not exhausting at all. We can have those back and forths all day long. Even if I get frustrated with them, I can still respect them, right? Yeah. If I'm dealing with somebody with a low intelligence, that's exhausting. If I deal with somebody who's always pity me, victim me, I don't want to be around you. Like,
I become frustrated with that mindset. Yeah.
So that will drain me. But we were talking about the extrovert introvert thing, and like you're like, I'm a homebody, and you are like, and I get it. You're happy
rarely
around
talk to people.
Right. You're very happy around your plants, but you thrive in that.
Yeah.
I get isolated and then become depressed. I need the social interactions. I need people to challenge my thinking, and like, I honestly enough, I get that from the Discord too. Yeah. I'm very good about going in there and go, okay, here's my thought process. And people are like, well, slow the fuck down, Cheeto. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. I get that more from books.
Yeah.
And listening to other podcasts and whatnot.
Yeah. I get it from other podcasts too. I get golden nuggets from books. My thing with podcasts is I feel like I'm involved in the conversation. So I can pause it and like think about how I would respond and see what the other person says. And like, that's a mental game that I play with myself though, to see where I'm at. But Danish said, I currently feel it's all negative coming from myself, but I also don't know if it's because there are legitimate reasons to be down or what. Emotions are hard.
Yeah, emotions are hard and they can be felt simultaneously.
Yeah.
Which makes it even more difficult to figure out what's going on.
Zach said, are you an introvert or have your social interactions been deeply unhealthy and you've had to engage in active processes, masking, because you don't have people that you can accept at face value? I think that that's probably very fair. And that's why...
You mean for me or for you?
I think in terms of me, because you made it very clear that you don't believe I'm an introvert.
No, I don't believe you're an introvert, no. I don't need social interactions the way that you do. It doesn't affect my mental health.
Right.
I believe that you need human interactions the way that you do in order to maintain a level of your sanity.
Yeah. Because otherwise I get in my head.
Right.
Yeah. Kaylee Raganisi said, I just want to say how much I appreciate you both. Your podcasts have helped me grow and learn more about myself and what I deserve. You are truly doing God's work and changing lives.
Well, thank you for that. Happy belated birthday, Jade.
I was just about to say that. You got to it before me. Well, Mike just got the news. He's probably going to be in Ohio for another 5 days. Almost two full weeks without him here sucks. That does suck.
Imagine how dope it's going to be when he walks through that door, though.
Yep.
I would start planning shit. Little surprises and whatnot for when he gets home. I would do things that would make me excited about him not being here because when he gets home, he's going to love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jenna said, I crave deeper conversations. I feel like I unintentionally slipped into a juvenile communication style because nobody wants to discuss things deeply anymore. I agree with that. Fenrir's Mall said, Chris, I haven't joined the Discord yet. So many channels already. But for the men's group, do you have others aside from yourself that are supports for the ones you haven't gotten to help yet? I don't quite understand what you're asking. Do you have others aside from yourself that are supports for the ones you haven't gotten to help yet? We have other men in the men's group. It's not just me. Do you understand what he's asking me?
No.
I don't understand the second part of that question. Are you saying that is there other people that do what I do?
Oh, I mean I think he means like other people who can come and like step into your place.
Yes.
For advice or guidance.
That's the entire men's group. Okay. Almost everyone in the men's group is either a business owner or a want to be a business owner, or they are actively working to change their lives. Mm-hmm. So you're going to get life experience from a lot of different people. I really wish Death's Clan was in the fucking chat because he's a good advocate of that, dude.
I could have sworn I just saw him.
I don't think he's on Twitch.
Oh, on Twitch. Gotcha. Okay.
Death's Clan is here. Yeah, he's on. Oh, he has Twitch. Danish said I'm awkward as fuck as a person.
Yeah, me too. Zach experienced that firsthand.
One savage gentleman said, I feel that I was burned so badly by the man I called my brother, literally, that I haven't trusted anyone since. It's more lonely than you can imagine. Something that I have dealt with and that has helped me in that process is understanding that people are going to do what is best for them. Mm-hmm. And when you realize that it's not about you, it's about them, and they're looking out for their best interest, regardless of how it makes you feel, it helps you accept things a little bit differently.
Yeah.
It changes what you attribute to the situation, like the meaning you put on it. If I pay for the ultimate membership on Patreon, my partner will also get access as well. Yes. And you'll both get it to Discord. And on the ultimate tier, you'll get a private chat. That's the ultimate chat. It's a much slower moving chat. And you will also get quarterly free t-shirts. Perfect Toxin said, I love watching your podcast. It helps me deal with my fiance currently incarcerated to talk to him better when we have a problem. That's good.
That's good.
If he's incarcerated, send him the book list. Actually, you could probably reach out to the jail that he's in and find out what the laws or the regulations for the jail are for you to be able to send him books. And you can fucking buy books off the book list and send it to him so that he has things to read. That would be super gangster. It's 7:19. I want to take a break before we do the Patreon live.
Okay.
For those of you who will be on Patreon, we will see you in a little bit. Everyone who's been hanging out here, I know this has not been a very entertaining live, but thank you for enjoying a night off with us because we fucking needed it.
Yeah.
We are going to start doing live streams on TikTok from the house every once in a while on the To Be Better account, but it's subscriber only. We did that last night for like an hour.
Yep.
It was very productive, I think. And the Twitch streaming thing is whenever I feel like doing it. If you guys would like to watch me play video games or us watch video games when Peaches has the bandwidth for it.
Yes, when I have the bandwidth for it.
All right. We will see you guys on the Twitch stream or the Patreon live in about 30 minutes. Have a good night, everybody.